Well, thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Just for the sake of the camera, could you say a big hello?
Hello.
Super. So they know you are here. I want to do two things with you tonight, just for a few moments. The first of which is we're going to be evaluating the evangelistic effectiveness of two evangelistic activities in our church. And then what we're going to do, we're going to suggest some strategic steps to improve them for the future. So for tonight, I'm going to look at two things that have happened more or less in the last month that we as a church would run. The first of which all of you more or less were involved in, was the fun day that we had at Russell Drive, the community fun day. And as you know, it was a day to engage with the local community on a big stretch of grass within a local estate. And even though it's a one-off event in the calendar, it's an estate that we try to do a bit of work in throughout the year, whether that's at Christmas or Easter, and what we'll see in a few moments as well with the youth too. And for many people, and for me especially, it was a great day. We saw lots of people from the community fun day come down to the fun day. They got a burger, they bounced on bouncy castles, they played football, got their face painted and all of those things. And in terms of engagement, it was really, really good, because most of those people who came down do not come to our church. Most of them we hadn't met before. So in terms of that regard, it was a great day because we got to engage, communicate, talk to people that would never really sit through the door of our church. But I do believe that there's maybe a few strategic areas that we could improve upon what we did. And the first of which would be the areas of busyness. So what I find, and maybe this was just my experience, is that everybody was very busy. And this is a good thing. Everybody had a role to do, everybody had a part to play, whether that was painting faces on the practical team, making the barbecue, playing football, whatever it may be. But what we have to be careful of is, in the busyness of running activities that we put on to engage with people, we don't forget to actually engage with people. Because that's what we do. We do those things to actually engage with people. That's our business. That's what we want to do. So maybe what we could do to refocus that is to kind of look at not just saying to people, make sure you talk to people, but actually as a strategy have a separate team that it's their job to go round. Because what we found was maybe you got speaking to someone, but you're on the bouncy castle, so when they leave, maybe you're sort of tied. So maybe it would be a good idea to look into the future to actually have that team whose job it is to engage with people, yes, to welcome people, but also to talk through and build those relationships up. Also, what I think would be good to see happen in Russell Drive is maybe more of a follow-up. And this is maybe difficult because the day itself is a bit of a one-off. We go down and we're away. So we need to think of creative ways that maybe we could follow up with people to lead that more evangelistic side of things. And maybe just as a suggestion, maybe we could add a station, which is maybe like a prayer station or table, or even like one of those big trees where people can add their prayers on, and somebody mans that station. They maybe get the details of the person, so they can say, look, we're going to pray for this now, we're going to pray for this in church, and then we're going to follow up on that, and we're going to ask people, how is that situation, how is that person, whatever it may be, just so that we can continue to build those relationships and get that evangelistic edge into those things. We believe in prayer, we believe in prayer works, and we'd be communicating that to people, but also showing the love of God by following up on that. It's not just in and out, there would be that follow-up. So I think, like I say, we engaged with a lot of people. It was a great day, it engaged the church, but maybe there's just two areas there that we could follow up on to see the effectiveness improve. The second thing that I want to look at is the July project. Now again, some of you were involved in that, some of you just were involved through prayer and other ways. But the July project, which we ran 2 weeks ago, was a youth outreach week. that we put on for the young people who came to our church and were part of the youth. And we did different things. We had a kids club again on the green of Russell Drive and invited kids to come along. We had a creative team and they did lots of different things. They did door-to-door work. They would give plants and flowers, flowers probably not plants, to the residents of Russell Drive. They give sweets to the kids of Russell Drive, explaining why they were doing that, because they were Christians, because they followed Jesus. They went into local businesses and blessed them. They give them donuts. They paid for people's lunches. They paid for people's coffees, all different ways that they were showing God's love. And I think it was, again, a really, really good week. We once again met people of Russell Drive, continued to build that relationship, so that reinforcement angle of things was good. We engaged with people and like maybe not cold calling, but people, again, we wouldn't necessarily come to church, but we met them where they were at, whether coffee shops, businesses, in their houses. It was getting the church out of its four walls and engaging them there, so that was great. And lots of good things. It was also, for some young people, their first real experience of evangelising, and I think that's very worthwhile, something that they had done for the first time. And there was brilliant moments that God really blessed. But again, I just want to look at two things that maybe we could have done a wee bit better. The first of which was training. And training is definitely something that, because this was our first time doing July project, but maybe next year we would look at doing a wee bit better. Because we were maybe taking 20 minutes, half an hour in the morning, do a wee bit of teaching, but then saying, right, you go out and share the gospel, and that was maybe a bit overwhelming for some young people. Maybe weren't 100% sure what to say, and there was definitely the attitude that was great, and they were brave, they wanted to go out and do this. There was lots of courage in that, and a lot of people did things that they'd never done before, but maybe were a bit unclear, well, how could I share my faith, or what does that look like, or maybe what are some of the important things to say. So maybe next year we would look at better equipping our young people, even whether that's meeting someone on the door at the first time, maybe that's working with someone in the kids club. You know, how can we best engage and share the gospel with someone? So training is something that we'll look at more closely next year. And the second thing that I think would be really effective in the July project is linking in with what's going on already. So something like the kids club, which was ran really well and did really good, but on the first day we had like 3 kids, and that went up throughout the week and it fluctuated. However, maybe next year, because we know we're going to do that, we could link in a wee bit better. So for instance, the community fun day was 2 weeks before that. That was an opportunity, in hindsight, to be plugging this, to be saying, look, we're going to be having this, we're going to be coming back, why not come along? And also equally, as the kids club came to the end, we can link things in and we can link things out. So not we might be going, but you know what? Next month there's a holiday Bible week. Here's a flyer for it. This is what we offer for kids in our congregation. You're more than welcome to come along. So just that idea. Again, a wee bit of follow-up of better promo before and after as well, just so we don't lose those contacts, just so we don't miss out on young people that we could be engaging with on a regular basis. And maybe that comes down to myself and the other leaders just communicating that wee bit better. But obviously it was our first year, so we're not sure exactly what it was going to look like. But now next year we can go, well, this is what we want to do, this is what it's going to look like. And so we can be linking in with the guys who run up those different things. So there's 2 things that we run in church that went pretty good. There was lots of opportunities engaging with people, but there's ways that we can improve upon it. There's ways that we can maybe think more strategically as we go forward. So thank you very much for your attention tonight.